Imagine coming home from a high-stakes job in D.C., suit still crisp from congressional hearings on protecting American heartland, only to find your family's century-old farm turned into a concrete scar by your own neighbors. Bulldozers had carved a private airstrip right through your heirloom crops, the air thick with diesel and defeat, while the HOA Queen Bee hands you a lousy $50 gift card like it's charity for your ruined life. Yeah, that's the day Harlan Whitaker, realized petty tyrants in suburbia can be more dangerous than any Washington swamp creature. And honey, she picked the wrong quiet guy to steamroll. My name's Harlan Whitaker, and for 4 generations, my family's tilled this 40-acre patch in Willow Creek, Nebraska, a place where the soil's so rich it practically hugs your boots, and mornings start with coffee black as midnight, brewed in the same percolator my great-grandpa Elias used back in 1892. He hacked this land out of the prairie with sheer grit. No fancy machines, just calluses and curses. I'd trade any boardroom banter for the simple rhythm of dawn patrols, checking fences while the dew clings to cornstalks like forgotten promises. But life throws curveballs. 8 months back, President Ramirez tapped me as Deputy Secretary of Agriculture, figuring a guy who'd wrestle droughts and market crashes on real dirt might bring some sense to feeding the nation. My wife, Lena, turns our organic veggies into gold at her Farm Fresh diner, pulling crowds from 2 states with pies that could end wars. Our twins, 17-year-old Jade and Finn sharp as tacks, her with spreadsheets dreaming of agribusiness empires, him spotting storm fronts by how the hens huddle. They're the future we built brick by muddy brick. Suburbia snuck up on us like a bad habit. A decade ago, after a rainy spell that turned fields to soup, developers dropped Willow Creek estates, cookie-cutter castles dubbed the Regency or the Sovereign, as if Nebraska needed more pretend royalty. Enter Vivian Hargrove, HOA President Extraordinaire, fresh from some coastal condo war, elected on promises of elevated living standards. Picture this: pearl necklace choking her like a noose, heels stabbing sidewalks like she's declaring war on concrete, voice nasal enough to curdle milk, always inspecting with a clipboard that might as well be a scepter. She'd waft by in perfume that assaulted your sinuses, preaching community harmony, while eyeing your mailbox like it offended her ancestors. It started innocently enough, or so it seemed. One crisp April afternoon, Vivian raps on our screen door, tap tap tap, like Morse code for impending doom, stack of papers in hand, smile plastered on like cheap wallpaper. Harlan, darling, she coos, lawyer lurking behind her like a shadow with a briefcase. We've got a tiny issue with your fallow fields. Fallow? I was rotating crops. Basic science since the pyramids. But page 52 of their bylaws whispered about underutilized land for communal enhancement. Her vision? A $95,000 levy for a neighborhood aviation hub. Because nothing says Midwest charm like jets buzzing your barbecue. I chuckled, thinking it a joke. Vivian, we're farmers, not frequent flyers. Her eyes narrowed, sugar turning to venom. You're DC. Gig shows you've outgrown rural duties. True residents contribute to progress. Progress? In Willow Creek. That meant her clan cashing in. The irony of small-town strings. Vivian's hubby, Reginald, the local judge with a gavel itch, their cousin, Lyle, HOA's pet attorney, turning bylaws into battering rams. Family affair, minus the warmth, more like a syndicate in khakis. They timed their urgent vote for my week testifying on farm subsidies. Coincidence as believable as Vivian milking a cow. It sailed through 5-1. Old Mrs. Ethel Barnes, the lone dissenter, her walker shaking in defiance. 48 hours later, engines roared at dawn. First casualty. My prize squash greenhouse, $45,000 in tech and seeds I'd babied for a decade. Glass shattering like a symphony of heartbreak. Safety protocols, they claimed, as if veggies plotted revolutions. But Vivian craved flair. Days later, a jittery server slaps me with a cease and desist novella, legalese denser than fog. Interfere with enhancements. Face ethics probes. She'd sleuthed my Fed roll like a tabloid hack. Trapping me, battle them, kiss the job goodbye, yield, watch heritage crumble. The Willow Creek Herald splashed me as AG deputy prioritizes personal patch over public good, painting me a fat cat fraud on a hobby homestead. Hobby? Try 5,000 plants they entombed in asphalt. Lena baked stress muffins till the kitchen smelled like a bakery siege, while I pored over permits, blood boiling. Lo and behold, approvals predated the vote by days. Cocky much? Invoices funneled through Hargrove Holdings, not HOA coffers. Theft with a bow tie. Time for Nebraska Nice to bite back. I lodged a county halt order, then unearthed the gem. Pre-existing farm's grandfather in understate law, trumping HOA nonsense like rock beats scissors. Vivian, your rules hold water like a sieve, I muttered, dialing my EPA pal, Dr. Mia Lopez, from a past grant favor. They paved over a spring without checks? That's not dumb. That's Darwin Award material. EPA suits swarmed like locusts, sampling dirt while Vivian fumed from afar. That spring-fed Willow Brook, quenching 1,800 homes, toxins meant felonies. Town fractured. Old-timers like Ethel rallied with casseroles. Newcomers fretted appraisals over lattes. The diner turned DMZ. Chats halting at my entrance. Silverware clinking like accusations. Vivian upped the ante, posting guards at the site, security, but really barring my own barn access. Lena's diner tanked, sourcing bland imports that mocked our ethos. Mornings, exhaust choked her flapjacks. Our dog hid, tail tucked. Yet, I knew, she'd tangoed with the wrong stoic soul. Vivian hated those EPA probes poking her pet project, so she struck at the core, cash. A certified bombshell landed, $600 daily fines for agricultural blight near upgrades, eyeing my award-winning beats like trash. Retroactive, stacking to $15,000 quick. Liens slapped on like stickers. Then, poof, insurance yanked for airstrip risks from her rogue build. Irony you could choke on. Fumes invaded breakfast. Cat boycotted the porch. Ethel, bless her, snapped pics of rigs on her flip phone. Harlan, these tags stink. Crosscheck, no FAA nods. Building runways ain't lemonade stands. Needs reviews galore. I whistled to FAA and EPA enforcers, claiming bounty as tipster. Checkmate in overalls. Community stirred. Lena's pop-up market drew fiddlers and pies, turning sympathy to support. Editor Theo Grimes hounded Hargrove Books like a bloodhound. Teens tested water, outraged at adult idiocy. But toll mounted. Jade's migraines from dust. Finn's show pigs skittish. Lena cornered me, spatula waving. I won't widow young 'cause you won't chill. Vivian's Safety Summit PowerPoint demanded I ditch tractors for her phantom jets. Stop farming for her folly? Laughable, if not lethal. The gas line snapped during lighting install. Evacuation. Motel reek of bleach. Fearing flames. Confronting Vivian. Act of progress. Harlan. Hazards happen. Cold as ice. Fury ignited. She was arson in heels. Vivian doubled down. Leaking my salary to forums. Elite forgets roots. Petition for my ouster hit 250 signatures from sofa farmers. Blogs twisted me as power abuser. Stress gnawed. Teeth grinding in hearings. Chamomile my midnight crutch. Then, Ethel's dusty box. Her hubby's clerk notes from 85 to 05. Zoning gold. Buried. 1918 rail easement under Fed protection. Vivian Strip violated it blatantly. Jackpot. App stalled for kids amid gossip. My pills doubled. Evenings. Machinery hum mocked peace. But rage renewed. Feds I judge Reginald for graft, recuse or bust. Vivian paced borders. Heels mired. Phone frenzy. Her edge dulled. Trap sprung. Vivian's panic peaked as my quiet web ensnared. Her PR storm hit DC. Abuse scandal. Senators bade ethics. Hearings loomed. Headaches hammered. Lena hid meds. But Reginald's call. Feds offered recuse or jail. He bolted. Rulings voided for review. AG Inspector General tallied 52 violations over states. $14 million fraud, RICO feast. 60 Minutes exposed her coaching scams on cam. Eco fallout. Dead fish. Quarantines. EPA jail threats. HOA revolt. Packed hall ousted her 82%. Audit unearthed 400% inflates. Kickbacks galore. Her Hail Mary. Flee with $500,000 cash. Fake ID. O'Hare nabbed her midstuff. Charges piled. Laundering. Flight. My hearing flipped to Hero Fest. Whitaker Act shielded farms. Vindication viral. That eve. Porch silence sang. Cows lowing. Leaves whispering. Lena with cider. Town hall tomorrow? Grin. Vivian meets real justice. Willow Creek Center overflowed. 450 crammed. Media frenzy. Sweat and scones mingling. Vivian sauntered late. Guards grim. Smile brittle. Feds lurked. Mayor Lena Hale banged gavel. Healing dialogue. Vivian interrupts. No jurisdiction. Booze. I stand. Dirt-streaked. May I share facts? I votes thunder. Slides. 1918 deed. Fed corridor. Title 49 protects this. Ariels damn her. She erupts. Overreach. Crowd roars. My drop. As Deputy AG. I mandate removal under 49 USC 10101. Stunned hush. Then ovation. FBI cuffs. Arrest for fraud. Eco-crimes. Shrieks lost in cheers. Seizures. Cleanups from her funds. Bulldozers redeemed. Ripping concrete. Eco-restore $2.5 million. Fishback. Vivian. 7 years prison. $5 million repay. Reginald disrobed. Charged. Lyle barred. For years. HOA dissolved for neighborly group. Farm reborn. Payouts rebuilt bigger. Diner boomed. Kids thrived. Jade aced admissions. Finn's pigs champed. Heritage Fest draws 12K. Funds schools. Whitaker funds scholarships 28 kids. Farm Protection Act passed. 25 states followed. Media lauds. Time hero. Harvard case. Doc 15M views. AG role strengthened rural aid. Mornings now, coffee. Clean air. Birdsong. Ethel visits. Bullies fall. Truth. So, Was Vivian the villain enforcing order? Or was I the disruptor fighting back? Drop your take below. Who's really wrong when rules become weapons?